The possibility of what could happen if Sean Diddy Combs is eventually released has become a major topic of online discussion, with countless commentators offering their own theories about how his return could affect the music industry. Some believe he could attempt to rebuild his career and reputation, while others argue that the challenges would be enormous regardless of the legal outcome. One recurring theory circulating on social media is that, after decades in the entertainment business, Diddy possesses extensive knowledge about influential figures in the industry. However, there is no public evidence that he intends to share such information with investigators or that doing so would implicate any specific individual. These claims remain speculative and should not be treated as established fact. The long-running rivalry
taking on a responsibility of it. Like, there being the truth, he's not going to be afraid. Like, 50 will just let my story be my story and not be afraid to change it.
But there are also some people that feel or want to know, and how do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
Between Diddy and 50 Cent has fueled much of this online conversation. The two artists have exchanged public criticism for years, leading many fans to interpret almost every new development through the lens of their ongoing feud. Some commentators have suggested that 50 Cent's documentaries, social media posts, interviews, and public appearances are part of a broader effort to shape public opinion, while others view them simply as extensions of a rivalry that has existed for decades. Although fans continue to debate the motivations behind these actions, there is no verified evidence demonstrating that they were part of a coordinated effort to influence legal proceedings or government.
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping. And it's not personal. This is why it never resulted in me doing anything to him or him doing anything to me.
The timeline is damning.
Public records confirm that the two men have crossed paths throughout their careers and were active in many of the same industry circles during the rise of New York hip-hop. 50 Cent has also publicly shared stories about interactions that made him uncomfortable and has explained that those experiences influenced his opinion of Diddy. Beyond those public statements, however, claims about what either man may know, believe, or fear remain matters of speculation rather than fact. As discussion continues online, the distinction between documented events, personal opinion, and internet theories remains important. Audiences often combine separate events into a single narrative, but without supporting evidence, those connections should be viewed as speculation rather than established conclusions. The documentary, produced by 50 Cent and directed by Alex Stapleton, quickly became one of the most talked-about releases following its debut. It attracted significant attention from viewers and media outlets alike, featuring interviews, archival footage, and commentary surrounding Sean Diddy Combs and the allegations that had dominated headlines.
If they're not paying attention to the music to understand that there's a problem getting ready to take place.
Are you and Game, you think your relationship is repairable?
I don't know what really caused it, Big. So, I'm not...
And it worked. The pardon did not happen.
The production sparked widespread discussion across social media, with many praising its storytelling and others questioning its perspective, while critics contended that it reflected the long-standing public rivalry between 50 Cent and Diddy. Because of that history, some viewers viewed the project as more than a documentary, seeing it as another chapter in their years-long feud. However, there is no verified evidence that the documentary was created to influence legal proceedings or any potential government decision regarding Diddy. Likewise, speculation connecting 50 Cent's public appearances, business relationships, or political events to any pardon discussions has not been substantiated by public evidence. Over the years, 50 Cent has repeatedly commented on Diddy through interviews and social media, often blending humor, criticism, and entertainment in ways that attract considerable public attention. Those posts consistently generate discussion and engagement, reinforcing his reputation as someone who openly comments on celebrity controversies. Whether those comments are motivated by personal rivalry, business strategy, genuine opinion, or a combination of factors remains a matter of interpretation rather than established fact. As with many high-profile celebrity disputes, much of the online conversation extends beyond what can be verified, making it important to distinguish documented events from speculation and personal opinion. The online debate surrounding 50 Cent's public comments about Sean Diddy Combs has only intensified as new developments continue to unfold. Some social media users have interpreted 50 Cent's deleted posts and public appearances as evidence of a broader strategy, while others argue that such conclusions go far beyond the available facts. Deleting a social media post can happen for many reasons, and by itself it does not establish that someone acted improperly or influenced official decisions. Similarly, speculation that any public appearance or performance affected a presidential pardon decision has not been supported by publicly available evidence. Much of the discussion reflects competing interpretations rather than verified facts. Supporters of 50 Cent argue that he has consistently criticized Diddy for years and has simply continued expressing his opinions during a highly public legal case. Critics, however, contend
with the series, with the film?
I mean, I think the intention is to give a more full-bodied experience to what happened, you know, from the people that agreed to sit down and to participate. And I feel like the film asks a lot of questions, you know, maybe more questions are asked than answers given. And
that his documentaries, interviews, and social media activity have also enhanced his own public profile and reinforced the long-running rivalry between the two artists. Regardless of those differing perspectives, there is no verified evidence showing that his public campaign influenced court proceedings or government decision-making. The history between the two men is well documented, spanning decades of public disagreements, diss tracks, interviews, and online exchanges that have kept their feud in the spotlight. Because of that history, many observers naturally interpret new events through the lens of their rivalry. At the same time, broader claims about hidden motives, political influence, secret agreements, or behind-the-scenes efforts remain speculative unless supported by credible evidence. As with any high-profile celebrity controversy, it is important to distinguish between documented events, personal opinions, and theories circulating on social media. While public debate will undoubtedly continue, conclusions about what either individual intended or accomplished should be based on verifiable facts rather than assumptions or internet speculation. Supporters and critics have very different interpretations of 50 Cent's public campaign surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. Some view his outspoken commentary as an effort to keep attention on serious allegations that have received widespread media coverage, while others argue that his involvement has also strengthened his own public profile. Because the two artists have maintained a highly public feud for many years, every interview, social media post, and documentary release is often viewed through the lens of that rivalry. Some commentators have questioned why 50 Cent became so vocal only after legal proceedings against Diddy attracted national attention, suggesting that timing inevitably shapes public perception. Others respond that individuals can choose to speak out at different points for different reasons, and there is no public evidence proving that his motivation.
Me and Curtis got issues.
What's up with now? Come on, you ain't
Curtis has to got, you know, me and Curtis got issues.
know you ain't got no issues.
He down in Shreveport acting a fool. But I ain't gonna put you in there.
He in Shreveport doing what?
Acting a fool.
I can't know nothing about that. I'm trying to be the actor and trying to get a
Guess
job.
what? And guess what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. Millennium
50, I don't know nothing
Studios
about no
is
Shreveport.
open.
Now let me address personal or financial. Likewise, opinions differ over the impact of the documentary he executive produced. Supporters describe it as an effort to compile publicly known information and give additional context to allegations that had already become a major news story, while critics argue that it also reinforced 50 Cent's image as one of Diddy's most persistent public critics. Regardless of those differing interpretations, there is no verified evidence that the documentary influenced court proceedings or any potential presidential pardon decision. Similar speculation has surrounded 50 Cent's public appearances and interactions with political figures, but no publicly available evidence establishes that those appearances affected government decisions or involved any agreement or exchange of favors. Social media users have also noted that some posts about Diddy's legal situation were later removed, leading to further online speculation. However, people delete posts.
I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen. and how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made for us as Black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen, for us as people who transition.
For many reasons, and their removal does not by itself establish wrongdoing or support claims of a secret arrangement. While debate continues across the internet, conclusions about hidden motives, political influence, or undisclosed agreements remain speculative unless supported by credible evidence. The news that Sean Diddy Combs was not included in the July 4th pardon announcements quickly sparked widespread discussion online. Many social media users pointed out that his name was absent from the list, while others debated whether there had ever been a realistic chance of clemency. Around the same time, 50 Cent shared posts that appeared to mock the situation, prompting thousands of reactions from fans who viewed the long-running rivalry between the two artists through the lens of current events. His posts fueled speculation across social media, with some users suggesting they reflected satisfaction over the latest developments. However, social media reactions alone do not establish what influenced any government decision. Although some commentators attempted to connect 50 Cent's public statements, his recent appearances, and political headlines into a larger narrative, there is no publicly verified evidence showing that he played any role in the federal pardon process or influenced official decisions. Their decades-long feud has included diss tracks, interviews, online trolling, and repeated public criticism, making it unsurprising that many people interpreted his posts as another chapter in that rivalry rather than proof of behind-the-scenes involvement. Reports also highlighted previous comments in which 50 Cent said he generally avoids political involvement despite occasionally expressing opinions on public issues. As a result, his appearance at a high-profile private event attracted attention and generated online discussion, but attendance at such an event does not, by itself, demonstrate any connection to presidential decision.
I hate to say it, but it's no contest. I mean, 50 Cent is just the king of diss. You gotta just move on.
But he does all of it on the internet.
And here's a fourth point.
Much of the conversation that followed consisted of speculation rather than verifiable fact. While fans continue to debate the motivations behind the actions of both men, the available public evidence supports only that they have maintained a highly public feud for many years and that 50 Cent continued commenting on Diddy's legal troubles through social media. Any broader claims about secret agreements, hidden motives, or efforts to influence legal outcomes remain unproven and should be treated as speculation rather than established fact. As legal proceedings involving Sean Diddy Combs continue, many observers are already debating what could happen after they conclude. Appeals and civil litigation often extend well beyond the conclusion of a criminal trial, meaning public discussion is likely to continue for years. Whenever significant developments occur, the long-running feud between Diddy and 50 Cent is almost certain to return to the spotlight, with supporters of each artist interpreting events through very different lenses. Some commentators believe 50 Cent's sustained criticism reflects genuine conviction, while others argue that it has also benefited his public profile and reinforced a rivalry that has lasted for decades. At the same time, there is no publicly verified evidence that 50 Cent influenced any government decision regarding a potential pardon or participated in behind-the-scenes political negotiations. Likewise, speculation about private agreements, hidden motives, or undisclosed arrangements remains unproven. His appearance at a high-profile private event generated widespread discussion.